Hey guys, John here. We're driving home right now from 42 Gear Street 7, the event at Henning Pauli's place in Germany. I'm driving here with my wonderful pal and driver, Mendel. You guys know Mendel. We had a great time. Of course, this is the beginning of the video, but I didn't do an introduction, so I'm just doing that right now. There were some people, some wonderful people at the event. I didn't get to interview everybody, but I had some gear questions for some of you guys who attended the event. And I'm going to have some fun, talk about gear, ask some fun questions. And I hope you enjoy.
My nose looks bigger at a distance. We don't need a wide end.
Oh my God. What's up, Johnny?
How you doing, man? You alright?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna take our shirts off and play frisbee. You in?
No, thank you. I'm good.
Alright, you can just film.
Yeah, I'll do that. Morning. Pizza. Hi.
I have to shut up now because I'm being filmed.
No, it's okay.
Gesodemieter. Opgesodemieter.
Good morning.
Opgesodemieter. I found a new friend. Yeah, cutie.
What is your biggest gear regret?
Off the top of my head, I can think of two. First one was buying that Gibson Snow Falcon Flying V. It looks great, but it played like a dog, to be honest. And I was working away from home when I ordered it. And when I got a chance to look at it in detail, it was too late to send it back. But it had that infamous Gibson sticky neck thing with the nitro finish. It just kept coming up on me over and over again. And I tried everything, UV light, I tried roughing it up, I tried smoothing it a bit. The frets weren't great either. So in the end, I just stripped the paint off the neck and oiled and waxed it. And now it plays pretty nice. And the other one is probably the Framus Cobra, which was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
A lot of work, put me through a lot of stress, but it made for an interesting story and a good video, and it sounds great now. So, yeah, probably the Framus Cobra and the Flying V.
What is your biggest guitar gear regret?
Coming to this event. Hey! My biggest gear regret. Now, I've never had a piece of gear that I've sold and then gone, oh, I should never sold that. Except maybe a Bad Monkey. I did have a Bad Monkey and I sold that long before they became very expensive. So that's perhaps one. I was regretting for a long time. I did see a 1977 Stratocaster, hardtail Stratocaster in black in a guitar shop and chose not to buy it that day. And then when I did go, I'm going to go buy that. It wasn't there anymore. Someone else had got it. But I'm fine about that now because I do own a 1980 hardtail Strat in a different color, Capri Orange. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've kind of won that one back. I managed to turn that back around into success.
Cool.
So I don't regret that no more.
I never ever did get a Rockman XP100 amp, and now they're like stupidly expensive. Should have bought one when I was in college.
Oh, I know. Back when I started playing, I got a Eugen Kettner warped amp instead of a Marshall amp. That was a big regret. It sounded like fizz. Oh, so bad. Warped. The combo with the red warped 7? Warped logo or something. So bad.
Oh, I got another great regret. I didn't buy the same pickups Mendel uses.
Pickups make a difference, but he doesn't know it yet. Fact.
Like buying the same gear multiple times. Like, I don't need 9 HSS Strats or 4 Starcasters, but they're in like different colors and they've got different pickups and they're in different tunings and other excuses you can think of to have the same thing lots of times.
So my unfortunate regret is when I ventured into the world of modern spec guitars and I did a whole production about it and I settled on the Schecter C1 SLS Elite. And I wanted to love that guitar so much, and in many ways I did, and it just wouldn't stay in tune. And I don't think I've been more disappointed with that because it looked great, it feels great. It just didn't stay in tune, and I tried everything I could, and well, it's no longer.
Usually Henning does something silly when the cameras are on.
What have I ever done that's silly?
Everything you've ever done, probably.
You mean like standing like here, like this, really close with my balls on his face? You mean something like that?
Yes.
Is this uncomfortable?
A bit.
See, this is how
Something I'm not used to.
this is how we welcome the newcomers.
Yeah.
Balls in the face. You mean stuff like this?
That was perfect, thank you.
Okay, one thing that maybe is strange for you, it's a microphone I sold actually, a Bayer M160, which is a ribbon microphone. I sold it, I think 10 years ago, and I have in my mind the memory of how it sounded so nice. That every time I record something, I say to myself, why I have sold this microphone that now is even difficult to find out.
Okay.
And you know, ribbon mics are very delicate, so I don't want to buy a second-hand occasion. I still try to find a new one. It is not easy to find one. So maybe that microphone is the piece of gear I regret the most selling.
My biggest gear regret is an Ottawa. I bought it back when I was still a beginner, 2009 or something. I watched a video by Flea, a famous bass player, educational video by him, and he's using this Ottawa or wah effect, and I was like, okay, I need to get that one. So I bought it, and I never use it actually. It's unused pretty much.
My biggest gear selling regret was selling my very first serious guitar that I got from my parents. I got from my parents from Christmas a Fender Stratocaster American Standard like 13 years ago, and it was my very first serious guitar. I sold it, and then like after, I don't know, 10 years, I wanted to tracking it back. So, and I did. I managed to get it back like after 10 years, and I'm never selling that guitar again. But other than that, there's no gear that I'm really attached to that I can sell and move on.
Cool.
So, sentimental value.
Yeah. That's what it. So what gear, right? Gear that you regret selling?
Well,
is that what you mean, or can it be more broad?
Could be anything that you regret.
Gear regret? Because it's definitely not selling something, because I don't care about gear, even though I love it. I could sell anything. Basically, I say this. People are like, "You sold that guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care. It's just a guitar. I can get another one." I did. Okay, this doesn't really make sense, but my first amp was a PV Blazer 158, and I sold it. And I'm like, I wish I'd bought that or kept that one. And then I found one used for super cheap during COVID, and I got it. I'm like, I'm gonna make a video about it. This was my first amp. I remember it was pretty cool. It was awesome. I got it. I'm like, this thing sucks. It's horrible. I'm glad I sold it. So I sold it again. And I thought I regretted it, but I didn't. So that'd be my only one.
I can't believe I'm going to admit this, but I once traded a JCM 800s, an 80s JCM 800 for a JCM 900.
You wanted more gain.
I did want more gain, but you know, to be fair, it was the SLX version, so it's not quite as bad, but it still pains me to this day. I still feel it. Yeah.
Do you know, I don't think I've actually got any gear regrets. I've never bought anything or sold anything that I've regretted acquiring or losing.
Never bought anything that you think, why did I buy that?
No, I don't think I have.
Fair enough.
I've always been quite happy with my gear choices.
What's the most epic gear fail you've ever had happen?
Epic gear fail I've ever had happen. Probably again the Cobra, because I bought that from a backline rental company when COVID started, and they were getting rid of some of the amps they didn't stock anymore. It was suspiciously cheap, and it looked a bit ratty from the outside. And against my better instinct, I ordered it off eBay anyway. That was a definite gear fail. Just listen to your gut, people. Don't buy it if it's too cheap.
If it's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
It usually is.
My most epic guitar gear fail. I do remember very, very early into my learning to play guitar, I was at a youth event and I had the guitar and the strap on the stage and we're in front of an entire like Christian youth group. And I was rocking out and the strap just came right off the bottom of the guitar. And then I had to, like, in front of everyone, I had to fumble and try to get that back on. Where's my pick going? Oh, so that was a pretty embarrassing fail. Everyone did make fun of me. And from that moment on, whenever I've been on stage, I've always had the strap locks. I equipped strap locks to every guitar the next day. And I was like, right, this is never going to happen ever again.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, I had 3 of those PV VMP2 tube mic preamps. They were really nice. They were made by Audio Media Research. They were one of the best things PV ever made. And they were killer. And I had one, I remember walking down to the studio one day with a band in there. You guys smell something, bro? No. And then when the fucking, I hear one of the preamps crackling a little bit, and then all of a sudden a little flame pops out the top of it. My 2 preamp literally caught fire in the studio.
Oh, shit.
I once had back when I played in a death metal band, Aborted, we played Walkin', which was my final dream. And on stage, the strap lock felt like got cut off out of my strap. That was a gear fill. Thanks, Dunlop. No. So I think that.
Actually, I had a recent one. I play in a pub band or wedding band sometimes. Got down to the venue and just forgot the guitar strap. There you go. Luckily, it wasn't too far. I managed to get the bar staff to take me home to get the guitar strap. There's probably been worse than that, but that's the one that comes to mind as most recent.
Well, I mean, a comment I think to a lot of YouTubers is, you go through a whole afternoon of shooting something and you realize you weren't recording the sound. I mean, it's an unfortunate hazard of being someone who shoots yourself, and it's like an executioner without its own bullets, right? You spend the whole day and it was probably the best take you've ever done in your life, and you didn't record any audio.
I went wrong. It was with my Mesa Boogie caliber 50. Basically, the power amp tubes blew up, and so I was playing and nothing came out. So it was really a tragedy. And then I was really in love with that amp, and I was never able to make it work again like before, even if I changed the power tubes and so on and so forth. So maybe I have to bring it to the doctor, to the amp doctor, because by myself, I'm not able to repair it, unfortunately.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it happened to me. It did happen to me, unfortunately. So it was a very big show, actually. So, I play in a band, and it was one of our biggest shows. So I'm playing in front of 1,000 people. And it was kind of festival, basically. So there was a lot of, technical stuff around. And I usually had a wireless system, for my bass. And it worked well in those smaller areas. But, then I entered the stage and it turned red. And I was like, oh, that doesn't look too good. So, the place where I was on stage, it didn't work. So I had to go to the side of the guitar player, and the whole show I was standing next to him because that was the only place where the wireless system would work. And we wanted to shoot a video at this point, and the singer was like, come on, man, change the side. What's going on here? They went to the other side, and the signal was gone again. So
oh, man,
it wasn't the best experience.
I'm trying to think to another thing, because I made a video. I won't mention which one, for a brand. And during the entire video, I kept thinking, this sound is not that great. I mean, there's something wrong with this product. I cannot say even if it was a pedal or amp, but I was like, this is not great. I'm not sure about it. There's something wrong with it. Maybe it's just sounding bad. So I finished the video. I sent them over to the guys to review. These plants love you. It loves you. Yeah. And so I sent the guys the video in preview, and I was like, yeah, but what's the problem with this big? Why is this sounding so bad? And I discovered I was using it wrong. There was a couple of settings that I did, because I don't read manuals, never. I was like, yeah, I can figure it out myself, and I couldn't. It was a very complicated thing, and I was like, oh. But I already made the work, so okay. Let's do it again one more time. But I was like wasting two entire days of filming and stuff because I can't read manuals. So, yeah.
There's like, it's probably a viral video. It's like a 3-piece band, and they're under a tent, and the drummer is climbing up behind the rack, and he falls on the drums, and it's like super painful. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you seen
I
that one?
know.
That's probably the biggest fail I've seen. What an idiot.
Another very big one. Sorry. Another very big one I saw, not mine, fortunately. You know the rock and roll star trick of flipping the guitar around.
Those.
Yeah, they the guitarist launched the guitar.
Yeah.
Of course, the strap broke,
Yeah.
and the guitar like flew for like 10 meters into the audience. Yeah, because it was like boom, and the guitar flew away. It was awesome to see. Not so much being in the audience, but
Oh my God.
but it was fun to see. Yeah.
Have you never done that thing where you're on the stage and, especially like earlier on, like when you're starting to learn to, play on stage with bands, and you don't do the thing where you put the cable around the strap, and then you go to like do some kind of like cool move on the stage, or you go about to like start your solo and you like stand back or something, and you tread on the cable and the cable comes straight out.
I've probably done that before. The thing I have done quite a lot over the years is like songs where I'm starting the song. I've either started it on the wrong tone, like a clean song, and I started on like the highest gain sound imaginable, or like starting a song with my tuner switched on. I'm quite chronically bad at starting songs with my tuner switched on.
All right. The next question would be, what gear would you never get rid of?
Probably the Prometheus, because I got the first one out in the wild. It's kind of my favorite amp, and it's kind of special to me. That's going to stay with me.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm a bit of a hoarder anyway. I very rarely sell on equipment because I get what I need and what's useful to me and then keep it forever. I would never sell my very first guitar. It's a Squire Bullet. It was a hardtail, bright orange hardtail Strat with one humbucker in the bridge. And it's got one of the nicest necks I've ever played on this, which was a very inexpensive Squire at the time. And I've just always loved how it looked, how it played. All of my friends, whenever I bring that one out and hand it over, like, oh yes, it's the orange Squire. They love it to bits. And I've just heard so many stories about people who sell their very first guitar and then regret it.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'd ever get rid of that. I'd never get rid of my Tube Screamer either. My orange AD30 is too useful. Won't get rid of that. But especially that first guitar.
Mendel's pickups.
Jesus. I think I have my dad gave me a Epiphone Les Paul Custom back in 2001. Huge emotional value. And to be honest, it sounds great. I remember one time I went to New Zealand. There was this left-handed Gibson Les Paul Custom, which was like 7,000 euros, converted. That thing didn't even come close to my Epiphone Les Paul. I now got it refretted, thanks to my buddy Koen van der Meij. Absolutely sounds incredible with Fishman pickups, which makes a difference.
Cool.
My Starcaster, Fender Starcaster. Chef's kiss, love it.
How does it look? Can you describe it?
Starcaster, it's like, it's the only offset semi-hollow with a maple fretboard that exists. Fender made them from...
I think I know how they look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of what does the finish look like and stuff.
Oh, sorry, it's a aged cherry sunburst, and of course maple fretboard, and it's beautiful. Love it.
Isn't that the guitar that the guy uses from Imagine Dragons or something?
I hope not, but maybe.
Well, that would have to be my number one guitar is a Gibson Howard Roberts Fusion. I've had it. It was inspired by my favorite guitar player, Alex Lifeson, who was known to use the Howard Roberts Fusion. I played it at my wedding. And while I have guitars, I will admit, play better than it. If I had to get rid of them all and only keep one piece, that would probably it. It's hard though. But yeah, that one.
Okay, I think I will never get rid of my Sir Classic Antique S, the black one, if you ever seen my videos. Because I'm in love with that guitar. And the other one is the Gibson ES175 because it was a present that my mother did to me in the 80s, actually, a long time ago. So I'm very linked to that guitar.
Yeah, I have an Ibanez EHB, which I got, I think, 1 year ago or 2 years ago, maybe already. That one is the first headless bass that I have. And once I got this one, I loved it. You know, I never wanted to play a bass with a headstock anymore. So this one I would never want to get rid of. That's my favorite one. Also
Awesome.
very lightweight.
No, nothing. Just sentimental value. So if something has a meaning to me, okay, I will keep it around. Otherwise, it can go. I mean, there's plenty of great stuff nowadays. So there's plenty to choose from.
Yeah. So I'm totally lying or changing my answer from before because I didn't mention this. My first electric guitar is a Fender Standard Telecaster, and I've modded the shit out of it. It's got like lace sensor pickups, and I would never sell it because it's not worth anything to anybody. I'd have to give it away, right? It wouldn't be
So it has sentimental value.
a little bit, but I wouldn't keep it because of that. I actually still just like it, but it wouldn't be worth selling. Does that make sense?
Do you use it?
Yeah, I use it once in a while, but it would be the last thing I sell because it has no value. It would just be like, but I like it. That's a weird answer. I'm kind of conflicted. No, there's nothing I'd sell. Change my mind. Change my mind.
For me, it would be my Diesel VH4. It's one of those amps that I went through so many amps and I was constantly on this quest for like the perfect amp. And eventually I got to that and I was like, no, that's it. And since owning that, and I've owned it for ages now, I've never like really felt the urge to get something else. I still will, but it's not the same kind of feeling as it was before. I'm not like on this never ending quest. I feel like I found it and I'm actually happy.
It's such a unique sounding amplifier.
Yeah, there's nothing that sounds like it.
Yeah.
I've got an old Epiphone Les Paul, a blue one from 2003, and that I will never sell that because it was my first. It wasn't my first guitar, but it was my first good guitar. And when I was getting into like playing in bands and stuff, that was the guitar that we wrote all our songs on. I used it at every gig for like 10 years. It's been on tour all around the country. It's beaten to death. It's got chunks out of it. But like if the house was on fire, that's the one guitar that I would grab.
What's your desert island pedal? If you could just have like one pedal.
If I could just have one pedal,
Yeah.
it would probably be my Peterson strobe tuner.
Okay.
Because I can't tune my ear very well.
Now, of the pedals I use most frequently, none of them would be the ones I'm like, well, that's the one that I want to have for, on an island forever. I think those are like those two different things. Like I would use I use Tube Screamer all the time because it's just very, very useful. I've got noise gates that I use all the time because they're useful, but like those wouldn't be ones I'd take away with me. Maybe a really cool delay, some kind of analog delay. At the moment I'm using a reel-to-reel tape recorder as a delay effect, as an echo effect. I'm going a really awkward way around getting an analog tape delay. So that's not a pedal though, but I think it would be that. I think I would take my tape recorder.
10-band EQ.
Back in 2001, I got for my birthday the ZFX Fuzz Factory. It's a birthday gift because if you know Muse, Matt Bellamy uses that. It has the weird sound effects in it. Still have it, hand painted by the guy from ZFX. So, 2003 was this. You have the date on the back. That thing I will never sell, ever, never.
I'm not much of a pedal guy, so... Well, I say I'm not a pedal guy. My whole rig is like the Line 6 HX Stomp XL. And that fits my needs perfectly, again, for the gigging thing. The size of it fits exactly in my gig bag compartment. So...
And you can do anything with that.
It does what I
thing.
need it to do.
Yeah. And more.
And more, yeah. Definitely. Like, I've not did the last 2 firmware updates. I set my sounds like 3 years ago and left it.
Funny, I thought about this because I had to answer this question, and it's not one that would be the most practical, but I don't tend to use a lot of pedals. But one pedal that I really love is I have a Joe Bonamassa wah-wah. And it'll get me through. It's the most unconventional or for the least functional pedal, but it's got a brass step on it, and it's just great.
So far, I would say the anagram, the Dark Glass anagram, because it has the possibility to load an amplifiers, to run 3 profiles at the same time, so I can load my tones. It has the delays, the reverbs that I need. So maybe that pedal currently would be the one that I would bring with me.
I would pick not a specific one, but I would take a reverb because I like to, play melodic, also melodic playing on bass. I like to do that. And I also always added a lot of reverb in the past, and I really like this effect. It's calming, so I would use that effect to fall asleep.
It depends on the amp for me. But if I could get only one pedal, lately it's gonna be the Unobtainium by Crazy Tube Circuits.
Okay.
It's one of the best pedals I've tried so far.
Cool.
I really love that one. You can get, the Dumble, the Overdrive Special, the SSS, there's a clone section. They are very great pedal. So
Okay.
probably that one.
Cool.
Okay. Mine would be, I don't have it anymore, but it'd be a Boss Terra Echo. And I've sold it twice. I don't know why I keep selling it. I should probably buy another one.
Why you keep buying it?
Because I like it. Because I think the idea of it is cooler than it actually is. And I forget how cool. And I see it in a video again. I'm like, oh, that pedal was awesome. Why did I sell it? And I buy it again. Yeah, Terra, I think it's called TE2, Terra Echo 2. It's like a delay. It's like a delay reverb with these crazy like digital artifact things with trails and shit. Kind of like a Strymon reverb thing. I don't know. Probably be that because it just
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's fun. That's the thing.
I feel like I want to say the Boss SD1 because I tend to just put that in front of pretty much anything and it always sounds really good. But I do like delay as well, so I wouldn't like to be without the delay. And the delay of choice at the moment is the TC2290 pedal. So I would probably take that.
I would need a tuner because you don't want to be on a desert island and be out of tune.
That's your pedal. There you go.
Okay. If I had a clean amp though, and a guitar that stayed in tune, it would be my Analog Man King of Tone because
Okay.
it can do everything.
What's your favorite guitar tone ever from a record? Or
I think the tones off Kill Switch Engages as Daylight Dies are pretty sick.
you know what gear they used?
Not really. I should though.
Yeah, I mean, they did use rectifiers at some point with the Tube Screamer. They used the Laney Ironheart at some point.
I mean, famously on the record before they used Framus Dragon amps and 5150s. I'm not sure what they used on as Daylight Dies.
Okay.
I'll have to look into that.
All right.
It's going to be At the Gate, Slaughter of the Soul. Just that sort of that really grindy, nasty HM2, Swedish Chainsaw. Yeah, there's that 90s death metal sound. I think At the Gates would be my that's the one.
Cool. Awesome.
Make guitar tones nasty again.
Corrosion, Conformity, Blind.
The first two things that pop in my head, I can't choose between the two. Either the album Resurrection by Chimera, done by Andy Sneap, or Shogun from Trivium, done by Colin Richardson.
Eric Johnson, Manhattan Live, G3.
If I had to pick one, 1981, we're talking about Russia again, Moving Pictures, the Camera Eye. That's when I was made hip to the multi-tracking. He quad-tracked his guitars. There's a segment near the beginning of the song, and it's this epic, big guitar sound, but not in the modern way. It's just big and open and powerful, and I get goosebumps every time I hear it.
Okay, Nuno Bettencourt, Porno Graffiti. Because, I mean, this is not only the sound, which is great, but the music. The music that goes together with that sound that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Probably Marcus Miller, Blast. That's like I always like his slap bass sound, but that particular song that is very good. Or probably any Geddy Lee song. The Garden by Rush, that's a great song. And when the bass enters, that's very beautiful.
Probably, okay, it used to be the Appetite for Destruction tone from Slash, but I think at the moment I'm really obsessed with the Continuum John Mayer tone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So probably that one.
Cool.
My go-to would be anything from the Benz, Johnny Greenwood. Probably like any of the distortion. So it's a lace sensor telly. That's the sound.
Adrian Smith's tone on Summer in Time.
Nice.
I'll say John Sykes on the 1987 Whitesnake album.
Digital versus analog. What are your thoughts on that, and what do you use yourself?
I think they both have their merits. I think if you're enthusiastic about guitar, you should probably play both and try both, because both will teach you different things about your playing. Not that I'm a very good player to judge that, but I find that analog gear or tube amps and actual speakers in a room will make you play differently than, say, a modeler with headphones. But playing a modeler with headphones, that allows you to really hone in on specific nuances of your playing that you might be able to pick up as well if you're in a louder environment. So both really, but if I have to choose one, I'd go analog.
I prefer, just for using equipment, analog stuff. But it's not that I hate digital or think digital isn't worthy. It has so much potential and great applications. And if I was playing live, you know, if I was touring band and going around, I would not be carrying valve amps and pedal boards to those gigs. It doesn't make sense when the digital stuff works so much better and is more convenient and more portable in those situations. But fortunately, I don't play live, and I don't have to bother with the digital. The thing that puts me off about digital is the experience of using it, where I've got to spend a month going through menus and settings and sub-menus, and it kills all my enthusiasm for wanting to play the gear. Whereas analog stuff, where it's 3 knobs and you turn it on and you just get the sound, I just don't need any middleman there. I just want to get in and play this stuff. And the analog stuff, I think, is more. It allows me to experiment more, try things, and I like being able to mess things up in unpredictable ways that you can't necessarily do with digital.
I guess there's less of a barrier between you and the music.
Yeah,
right?
that's precisely it.
It's more direct.
It's the same reason I don't like playing guitar using a computer, going through sitting at the computer with the interface and doing that and hearing it back through the monitors. No interest in that because there's too many steps between guitar and get sound. I just want to plug in with a cable, and I'm not necessarily a straight into the amp guy, but I just like that simplicity.
Yeah.
Well, I don't miss the tape machine breaking all the time. I these days tend to mix mostly in the analog realm, but they both have their advantages. So I prefer a hybrid system. It's not one or the other anymore.
When we're recording,
mixing
gear, in my opinion, in the end, it doesn't matter even the slightest, because the people that enjoy the music, they won't even notice the difference. And when you talk about guitar and stuff, for me, digital all the way. I love my Tube EVH amp above anything, but just the flexibility. And these days with like AI capturing neural amp modeler and toners and stuff, the difference is neglectable. I mean, yeah, the flexibility. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think like probably almost everyone here, I prefer the analog sound, but I'll go with the compromise of digital for convenience, just practicality, portability. Part of that's because I don't drive. I get a lift to gigs, so I don't want to be a burden on my bandmates. I'm running a 6-piece band, small stages. I want to be as compact as possible. So in-ear monitors as well, which is, again, it's all convenience over tone, unfortunately. You've got to make compromises.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at my vintage and the few wrinkles I got on my face. You know, I like traditional gear, but I've embraced digital, and I have for a while. I mean, having a home studio, it wouldn't exist without digital innovations. I couldn't afford that studio. So I appreciate digital in its place in my musical process. When it comes to certain pieces of gear like amps and things like that, well, I do use modelers, and someone holding this camera encouraged me to get into it. And it's important in my workflow. So I feel there's a harmonious relationship now between the traditional gear and the digital gear, and they coexist. And I think the world's a better place when we recognize that it's better when they can coexist. I don't want to see one eat the other one, because that wouldn't be a good thing.
Okay, I would say that nowadays it is really much easier to go with profiles for me. So I have basically 2 main tones, one for the clean, that is a profile of Tone King Imperial, and one for the distortion tone, which is a profile of Mark V, Mesa Boogie Mark V. And those are basically the 2 tones with which I can do anything. So these are basically always in my DAW when I start it and when I create a new song. Those are the things I use the most. Then I can decide for specific songs to reamp something with an amp if I want another type of tone, another nuance, etc., etc. But those 2 are the main foundations, I would say, of my tone and my song. So are the 2 things that I use the most.
And do you have any thoughts in general about digital versus analog and where it's going? And
I have 2 types of answers, I would say. Digital nowadays is good enough, but it can improve. For instance, we were talking about this topic also previously. There is a theoretical limit that I measured in terms of LUFS, which is minus 53 LUFS, that I have, calculated checking out the amp versus itself many times. So minus 53 LUFS is the theoretical limit, and now the best profilers get to minus 41. So we have almost 12 dB that we can improve, and this is logarithmic, so 12 dB is actually a lot. So modeling is great today, yes, but can improve, I would say.
That's a great answer. And very typical Leo. So I love that. I love that.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. The thing is that it doesn't matter what you use because people will never notice it.
Yeah.
If they're saying I can tell the difference, they're lying. Trust me. The thing is, how do you feel when you're playing it? If you feel comfortable with an analog gear, use it. If you feel more comfortable with digital, use that. But when you are playing in a band, in a mix, recording stuff, it doesn't make any difference at all. I mean, nowadays with the gear we have, digital gear we have, it's so good that you can get whatever you want. So don't trust people that says, I can hear your digital signal. They're lying. Trust me.
Yeah, for personal playing, like at home, just in the room, I prefer a tube amp. Just the sound from the speaker or something. But recording, definitely just digital. I just use a quad cortex for all my guitar videos. Nobody knows because it sounds good.
They do now.
Right? Now they know. Except for my older videos. More recently. But yeah, it just sounds so good. But it sounds good coming through the monitors. I like the sound too, but it has a different... It's different than playing through an amp, right? Amps have a different feel in the room. So yeah, I like both. I don't have a preference.
It's a different feel under your fingers. To me, that's where the difference is. You can feel it when you're playing, the difference, but not in a recording.
No.
But isn't it really important, like how you feel when you're playing? I mean, we also play our instruments because we like it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
it's not all about the audience.
No, it's not about the audience. To me, the feeling is the most important part.
Yeah.
And it's the same reason why I choose a guitar over another. I don't care the brand, I don't care the specs. I'm just I'm just like, okay, this guitar feels nice to play. I feel comfortable playing. I feel nice while I'm playing it. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's all it matters.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
I use both. I actually use a hybrid rig live, so I use the Helix into an Orange Pedal Baby. I think that they both got, a place. I prefer the sound of analog, but I think the convenience in a live situation outweighs that for me.
I'm analog all the way. I use like a 2-notes Captor X in the studio, but like I would always pick real amp and real pedals over anything digital. Give it a chance.
Cool. Final question. A life without tube amplifiers, how would that be?
I think solid state stuff has been getting better and better with the use of JFET transistors or something. Like the orange stuff is pretty great.
Yeah.
Human pedals sent me some of their pedals early on. They sound really, really nice as well. The Plexi in a box there, the Plex Calibre, that was a lot of fun. And, modeling and profiling technology is getting along. So I'll probably survive. If tube amps were to go away, I'd be very sad. But at the end of the day, they're just tools as well. So
cool, man.
We can replace tools.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And have a great remainder of the event.
You too. Cheers.
It's so sad. I don't think it would be that bad, honestly. I love my tube amps. I've got some good stuff. I like knowing that there's some warm glass in there. But I've also played a lot of really, really great solid state amps, and the digital stuff, as much as I'm not hugely into the experience of it, they also sound good. So there's been plenty of moments where I've been playing solid state amps loud on a stage with people and going like, you know what? I don't need my valve amp. So as much as it would be sad to see them go, because I do enjoy them, I don't think it's the end of the world.
Thanks.
That'll get me fucking crucified.
So that's going to be live in the coming 5 years, I think. No. I think more flexible and technically better for the planet because less tube, less fizz, I guess.
I
Can we do a world without auto tune instead, because that would suck a whole lot less.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I almost want to agree.
Almost.
If I had to choose between in the world less amps and more classical music, I'd sign up for that.
All right, dudes. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
No problem.
That's my life right now. It could be better.
I mean, I just find it sad to imagine, because then also there wouldn't be anything to model. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, yeah.
Because, yeah, tube amps are awesome.
They are, yeah. I've never had a tube amp before that fit my needs. I always made the mistake of going too powerful before. Too much headroom that I can never use.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to buy one tube amplifier right now, which one would it be?
The one that actually really appeals to me the most, because of size, price point, and power, is the PRS. Did they do a smaller version of the Hendrix one? Is it a 20 watt or something like that?
Yes.
That appeals to me. I like the sort of idea of that, but I don't know if I would ever buy one.
All right. Great answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, dude.
Did I win?
Yes.
Yay!
You want a guitar pick?
Cheers. Excellent. Thank you.
There you go. Woohoo!
A life without tube amps. That would be a very dark and sad world.
Thanks, dude.
No, very sad. Very sad. Because it's not just the sound, but I said it many times. When you enter a room, you see a Marshall, you see a Soldano, you see a Mesa Boogie, you see a history, you see a piece of history, you see music created with those amps. Everything you ever dreamed when you were a kid. So for me, it would be very sad to enter a room, for instance, without any tube amp.
I totally agree. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, John.
So that's it. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up without tube amps, so I think I could keep living without tube amps. I'm sorry, but I didn't have any money to buy one. It was expensive. It was too loud for my apartment. So I always find different solution, and I will keep finding different solutions.
My first amp was solid state. My second amp that I gigged with was solid state. So yeah, same reason. I didn't have the money for it. It was a luxury to have it now. Super luxury. Super lucky to, you can cut that part out. Super lucky to have it. If it went away, I wouldn't miss it. And in fact, a year ago, I did a video here with Laney. I've never used Laney amps before. So they plugged it all in and I turned it on. I played for like a minute and a half. And I asked the guy, it was Fen, I said, what kind of tubes are in this amp? And he's like, none. I was like, no shit. I totally was fooled in the room by a solid state amp. So I'm like, it's all in your fucking head. Sorry, can I swear?
Sure.
Yeah, too late. Yeah, I would be fine without it.
All right.
I could be fooled. I think we could all be fooled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Especially today.
Yeah.
You think you know, like, yeah, maybe to a point, but
You don't know.
we wouldn't know anymore. And if you say you do, we'll fool you. We're going to find you and fool you.
Oh, I already did some videos like that.
Did you?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
And nobody noticed. So,
Yeah, it's already happening.
All right. Thanks, guys.
well, our pleasure.
A life not worth living.
I think I could get over it. I think that modeling and plugins have got to a standard that, I wouldn't choose to live that life, but it still might be worth living for me.
I could get over it, but I would complain about it.
Yeah. We do like to complain anyway, so.
You're British.
Yeah,
so of course.
yeah, it wouldn't be right.
It's what we do best.
Yeah.
That and queuing.
Queuing. We're
British and Welsh, right? All right, dudes. Thanks so much for answering these questions. I wanted to say thanks so much for watching, but you're not watching. You're talking.
we're watching you. Right
We
now.
will be watching
That's
when
true.
We'll watch. Yeah.
when the video goes live. We will be watching, so you can
That's true.
technically thank us for watching, because in the future we will.
I
watch
wanted
this.
I wanted to thank the viewers. Anyway, I'll cut this out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. The event was really nice. What did you think, Mendel?
I loved it. Great people, great people, great people, fun gear, and John.
And great brands as well. And the both of us, we did a lot of videos in the studios as well, which you'll see on our channels on, like, we did the Friedman Jose, we did the Tube Workshop Cali Sunset, we used the Friedman guitars, we did the Enya stuff, we did Orange stuff. What else did we do? Digitech.
Yeah, I tried the, what's it called? The Professor?
Mad Professor
Mad
pedals.
Professor pedals was really cool. The F is really cool. I'm really stoked to try it out. The One pedal is called. Sounds like Eddie instantly.
Yeah.
Really inspiring. What else did we try? I don't know.
A bunch of stuff. And we had fun. So, yeah, check out our channels for all those videos. Massive thanks to Henning for, inviting us and for organizing this event. It's just so awesome, so much fun. We got to meet so many good friends, like Kagan from Creative Devices, Kagan Aussie, which is his new name, Dan, the Lonely Rocker, John Brown, you name it. Bunch of awesome people. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and keep your eyes peeled for all the content that has been recorded at the event. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.